Hello and welcome back everyone to AW Programming and Lecture. In today's lecture, we will cover how to find the greatest between four numbers. Now let's talk about the solution to find greater between four numbers. So this is the code which we use, like include stdio.h, include conio.h, and this is the main method, and here we will write our code. So let's begin. Let's write int a, b, c, d. I have declared four variables for storing four numbers. Now let's write printf for enter the four numbers. So now we'll scan these numbers. For this we'll use scanf. Just write %d four times because we have four numbers, and now we'll write from where we want to store these numbers, I mean which variables. So first number in a, second number in b, third number in c, and similarly fourth number in d. After this we'll write our code. So our aim here is to find the greater between four numbers. So for a number, let's suppose a to be greater, we need to check that a is greater than all these three conditions, and if a is less than, and similarly if a is not greater, then we have to check that b is greater. So we'll write all the conditions to find if a is greater or b or c. So what we can do is we'll write if a minus b greater than 0, then we can write that similarly we'll check that a if this condition is true, then we can know a is greater. So we can also check that if a is greater, then a minus c greater than 0, which can, if this comes out to be true, we would know that a is also greater than c. So the last condition will be to check a with d. So if this comes out to be true, we will know that a is greatest between all these three numbers, all these four numbers. So we can simply write a is greater. So after this, but if this becomes false, we can write else uh, printf d is greater. Similarly, we'll do this for all the remaining items, like for b and whereas c, and so we'll write else if we'll write b minus c is greater than 0, then similarly if b minus d is greater than 0, for now we can say for sure that b is greater. So we can write printf b is greater. So similarly, else we can say that uh, d is greatest. So we'll write d is greater. In the same way, we are left with the c variable to check it if it's greater or not. So we can write else only. So write else if c minus d is greater than 0, then we can say that c is greater. So we'll write printf c is greater. It's a typing mistake. I will make a lot of these. So now we can write else printf. So now we can write else d is greater. So now let's run this. Now it should work fine. So just run it, and we are getting no errors, no warnings. So four numbers. Let's enter. One is 44, 51, 23, and 9. So I think our output should be 51 because B is greater, so our output will be B is greater. So you can see here B is greater is our output. So thank you everyone.